welcome to my channel. So today we are going to take a look back and see how I did in 2024 based off of my trend research information and all my trend decks and all my forecasting documents based off of runways, based off of personal Pinterest pulls and finds, and where I was getting inspired all year last year, because I was so inspired by my last video, which was a summer 2025 spring summer breakdown of runways. And I thought, well, how did I do last year? Like, what did I get last year? What have I done? What am I missing, if you will? So we're gonna talk through fall, and then I'm also thinking about doing a summer version. I did pull all of the summer clothing out as well, but I think I can break it up into 2 videos and maybe do summer next week. So this week, fall, we're gonna focus on the fall based off those trend decks and where we're gonna go for 2025. So that's basically what we're gonna do. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Mallory. I live in New York City. I work in the fashion industry, so fashion is literally my life, and 24/7. And I do a lot of thrifting on here. I do a lot of trend analysis, trend forecasting, vlogs, weeks in my life working in the fashion industry. I'm a fashion designer, so I'm all about researching the market, consumerism, big emphasis on how to be better about consumerism, because yes, I love fashion, but that doesn't mean I need to have everything, buy everything, which might seem a little backwards as you see a whole rack of clothing that I purchased over the year. But a lot of these things were thrifted. So I have I keep looking down here because I have my laptop, which hosts all of my documents on what we need to do. So let's take a look back together. And these videos you can also find on my channel under trends. I have kind of playlists that you can check out. So let's take a look back at fall winter 2024. So that's kind of where we just came off because it's the new year. But looking back, we talked about how boho is back. So that brings me to this dress, which initially I didn't really consider a boho is back vibe. But looking back at the Chloe's show, you really see these dark grounded floral prints, very organic, very flowy. It has boho frill. It has a little bit of a trim here, which gives a Chloe vibe, and the lace up to back. So this was $40, and I believe even further off of that at the store called Half of Half. I went there in Kansas City over the holidays and I picked this up, and I think this totally hits that boho is back trend. I do think I'll be accumulating quite a bit more in 2025 in the boho realm, but we did get a little something Chloe-esque with all of our secondhand and thrifting. The next silhouette we talked about for fall 25 is structured silhouette. So I feel like this top that I thrifted in London was really giving structured outfit. I pulled a lot of strapless vests or long line vests or more corset-like structured silhouettes, and I mean, I still love that romper. Did not thrift anything like that, but I do think this vest is a structured vibe, so we did check that off the list. I also love this little skirt, which I feel like is totally giving this photo. I kind of re-wore this quite a bit this fall. I'll be wearing it as we get a little bit into more warmer season, so I'm obsessed with this mauve skirt that I got on Poshmark, and I wore a lot in Paris and London. So then the things that I didn't get, and I'm just going in order to this document, so did not get any fun bold peacoat pop jackets this winter. Military jacket, we are still actively on the hunt for that. That was just in my recent summer 2025 video as a need. The embellished coat, so this is where I was curious to hear your thoughts. I did thrift this peacoat, and I don't like the buttons. I liked the silhouette. It's kind of that easy basic, but I haven't really been gravitating towards it. I've only worn it one time, and I've had it for a few weeks, and this would be the time to be wearing it, right? So I'm thinking what I'm missing is the embellishment here that makes you stand out. So I'm wondering if I should do some kind of embellishment here, and then I could be able to check this off the list, you know? So TBD. The next thing I got is this at a sample sale. It's Massimo Dutti. So I wore this literally all the time, all winter, all when I was in Paris. It's such an easy lady jacket, and I love that it's black, it's cozy, it has a cable stitch and these nice pockets. Truly so similar to this pink silhouette. So very cozy, comfy, go-to, perfect cardigan. So sweater dressing. I really didn't find anything like this. I didn't see anything like this that I felt like I needed. I don't know if it's actually my style now that I see it. It's a little more sleek, and I tend to go for more fitted silhouettes or preppy, you know what I mean? So I don't know if I'll ever acquire anything like that. The twin set thing I think is so cute, but you do have to buy that new. I have so many sweaters. I think I could finesse this in my own way by mixing and matching 2 striped sweaters that I already own. So that I think was more idea and vibes versus something that I needed to pick up. And then the very exciting bold peplum. So we'll get to cheetah in a second, but the bold peplum, I literally went to the thrift stores in New York City and found this immediately and was like, oh, that was on my list. So obviously this girl's wearing Gani, and this is actually H&M, which, you know, not my fave, but I didn't buy it brand new. I did get it secondhand. So the silhouette is there, the vibes are there, and I actually had talked about like making this the front with the buttons and like opening it up, but like no need. Just like this is perfectly cute, and still love her, still think she's so fun, and the volume you can get from this fabric is so adorable. So I'm so happy about that. And for the last thing in silhouette, we have the layering. So multiple tops acquired in the layering field. Definitely went down that road and no regrets. So then we have jacquard, which I kind of did towards the end of summer, sort of when these videos kind of came out, but I did acquire this beautiful jacquard skirt. Can't remember actually now where I actually got this. Was it at a Goodwill or something? I think I thrifted this in New York. So I think it's gonna be so exciting to wear this kind of in the springtime with like a trench coat. Haven't worn it yet, but very excited for her. Then we have, okay. Then we have the jacquard skirts that I turned into a dress. So I'm very pumped about this too. It was, again, too cold once I acquired this, but I think it's gonna be great use of like jacquard and turning a little skirt into a dress, something I never had thought about until I went thrifting with my friends. So you learn something every day, and she's adorable. So now we get back into the fur coat, which I wasn't gonna like lean into yet because I really think that the reason why I got this blue coat is because of the blue pop thing that I was seeing on the runways for fall. So I'm very pumped about her. Some might say that it's giving Cookie Monster. I say it's giving chic. There is a runway photo, which I will show now. This runway photo has lived in my mind rent-free. I actually had saw this exact-ish, probably, coat when I went to a sample sale in New York City. It was like a hot day in the summer, and I was like, oh, that looks like this coat that I loved. But it was $100, which at the time I was like, ooh, I really shouldn't spend $100. Like, I have a bunch of bachelorette parties. I had like a lot going on last summer financially, and I was like, it doesn't make sense for me to spend $100. Well, guess what? Later on, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Of course, it was a sample sale, so it went away. The pop-up was gone. And by the time I realized I really should have spent the $100 on the fur coat, it was too late. So then I happened to be at Century 21 and found her. And at the time I thought, okay, now it's $225. $225 is what I ended up spending on this, but it's very thick and beautiful. I wish the lining was not white. I hate that. Anyway, and I decided, you know, I already let this pass by me once. The next time I go, it'll $325. Costs are only going to rise. It's at Century 21. It was originally like $600. It has leather like in the cuff with the snaps. So I really couldn't pass it by again, and I have no regrets because I get compliments every time I wear this, and it's so fun and bright and just livens up the boring winter, you know? So fur coat, checkity check. And then my next fur coat, which I haven't even mentioned, but my birthday present to myself. My birthday is this upcoming weekend, and I bought this for myself on Poshmark secondhand. So the original ticket on this is $5.95, which obviously is a shit ton of money. And when I saw it in Paris, it was like $3.58 or something, and I was still like, oh, I don't know, it just feels like so much for a jacket. But I can't stop thinking about it. I've been looking at it since it came out fall, like last year. It's my birthday. Let me just check. So I see it's on Poshmark. So I have a Poshmark. I do reselling, and my mom manages it. It's a whole thing. But she collected a bunch of things. So we sold a lot in that month. So I was like, okay, January was a good month. I have the money. I should just buy this on Poshmark. Well, guess what, everyone? We did. We bought it on Poshmark, and only for $250. So excited. I'm wearing this over my birthday weekend. I'll have a vlog out for you, but I can't believe I finally acquired the Maj cheetah coat that I visited to the stores all the way from Paris to New York City for months. And as you can see, I can't wait to wear it with like a baseball hat and stuff, but I'll be wearing it in more of a fashionable, like, you know, birthday way this following weekend. But I am so excited to have that outfit put together, wear it with the dress like in this Chloe image, wear it with some just easy cuff jeans in a sporty way. So very excited for those things. And that's what I'm gonna just get into is cheetah, because cheetah just took over the 2024 season, and it's still the biggest thing ever. So I'm like, where do I begin? Because we already talked about 2 cheetah items over there, right? So here's one thing. I got this cheetah hat back in, I I literally think high school, because I would wear this with my swimsuit on the lake. Cheetah, I think it's from like Urban Outfitters or maybe even like Forever 21. I used to shop horribly. That's why we shop a lot better now. Like learned, we understand the industry better now. So cheetah hat, whipped that back out. Cheetah romper, this is something I would wear in college. It would be like a cheetah romper night for me. I was a big party girl. Like we've grown up a bit, but we're still a party girl deep down. But the cheetah romper was kind of my thing, and I whipped it out again this year, so that was very exciting and fun. I got this dress at like a work thing, so it was a sample that didn't come in right, straps were short or whatever. I'm gonna turn it into like a little midi skirt, so I'm excited to have that whipped out for summer. And then this was also part of the thrift find, which oddly I had found a peplum top and a cheetah pant all in one thrift trip, so I knocked those off the list. For a while I wanted a pair of denim cheetah pants, and honestly I'm a little bit glad that I didn't go that way because it feels a little bit saturated in the market. Like everyone kind of has one, which is such a toxic thing because it's like, did I like it? Yes. Why did I not get it? Because I felt like everyone had it, and it's like, who cares what everybody else has? But there is still parts of me that wants to be unique. I can't help it. It's a whole thing. Fashion is a very interesting world, right? Tweed on tweed. I really didn't buy any like tweed sets or anything. I did, you know, eye some Maj things going on, but it's so hard to buy a full set secondhand on Poshmark for still like $3.50 when I don't know for sure it's gonna fit me. So I need to be better about, if I'm obsessed with something in the store and it's out of my price range, it might come to Poshmark and be in my price range in like 2 years time. But like to know what size I liked in that set would be so ideal, because then I could maybe have purchased it. So if I do fall in love with something this year, I'm gonna try to start trying things on. Taking notes. Suede we'll kind of get into when we talk about studs. Cheetah time we just discussed. Lace, lace, lace. So this whole trend I think I'll be doing a lot more of, but I did purchase a couple lace items. One of them I ended up not keeping. It was like a Maj layering lace, and then I ended up buying this lace turtleneck, which is so cute and free people. So very excited about this. This was in my half of half video that I recently posted. And then I also had gotten this, I think on Poshmark. I didn't wear it much, so I don't know. The lace might not be my thing, but what I did just recently get, and I think it can be considered lace, 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 is this little cami that has a little heart on it. So I'm hosting a Galentine's on Friday, and I'll be talking a little bit more about this, but I feel like this kind of goes along the lace vibe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. I just want to show off my top. Got that on Poshmark. But lastly, so I actually didn't even recognize that I kind of was inspired by this one image of this black puff sleeve tweed jacket when I did end up actually buying this, because you go like this and you just crop it up a little bit. We're looking at the same thing. So I just love how fashion emulates itself, like years to come, history repeats. We actually found that this is probably much earlier than the 80s, whereas online it said that it was the 80s from like someone else reselling it on eBay. But my mom and I actually think this might be way earlier, from like the 20s or 30s. So in love with this, and I think it kind of leans into that lace vibe where I had talked about lace on outerwear and jackets. The next one is same thrift with me video, and it actually is this quote-unquote dad plaid jacket, and I didn't realize that I was probably inspired by the Chloe show, because Chloe has a very similar colorway of jacket as this plaid. It's a much different jacket, but I do think there's something to that, being kind of this dad manly plaid, but it's a feminine silhouette and it's very fitted, so very funny to see that. And then the rest of the items, like I either already have or like I just didn't buy new this year. So yeah, the two-tone I already had. Sheer, I don't really know what that means actually. Like I just fluid dressing. I don't really dress very drapey and fluid, so no, didn't really emphasize that this year. The next accessory that I got are these loafers. So I bought these in Paris. I love that I got them with the tassels. I was in the store saying like, I don't know if I want the tassel or not. Like I don't know, I haven't really seen a lot of tassels, but subconsciously I had, because I have tassel little loafers on my video, which I hadn't remembered about. So I think it's funny that I called them lace-up loafers. I don't know what that means. I don't think they were laced up at all. They were tassel loafers. But it's very exciting that I got those subconsciously. And then I bring you to this suede jacket. I actually did a thrift flip. This is something that I did not predict 100%. So I said suede was in and I said studs were in. So I said studs on leather and like very like moto vibes. But there was a kind of a viral mango jacket that was like $600 that I ended up doing a thrift flip and adding my own studs to my outerwear. So if you're interested in some DIYs, I'll link that here. That was a very exciting thing that I did this year, and I thought it was so good. I think I want to add even more, but My fingers recovered only after a little bit, so we'll see if we do that this fall. So that's really fall winter. So that was so fun. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I want to do this again for spring summer 2024 as we go into spring summer 2025, just really looking back and seeing where we went, what I got, and I already did it myself, so a little bit of a sneak peek here, but I will do that for my next video. So it'll be like a little bit of a thing that I do now. I'll add it to my list of items that I do each season, which is trend forecasting based off of runways, trend checklists of things I want when I go thrifting, recreating runways, recreating Pinterest looks, just something I can look back to when I'm thrifting as like, oh, that's where I remember seeing this. This is how I would wear it, even if I don't buy it and don't style it, because we are trying to be more cautious. And then I'll add like a checklist at the very end just to like recap, relook, see if I forecasted certain things, if I missed certain things. You know, there's definitely trends that I had not picked up on that were huge. I post videos every single week, sometimes 2 times a week, so please make sure you subscribe if you're into any of these things, and I'll see you guys for the spring summer regroup and see, you know, a little bit about that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.